The 3 simple steps to shift from anger to peace and pleasure. Do you catch yourself like smashing things on the floor, having this explosion of rage? You cannot control yourself in that situation. You know that you're angry, but you cannot do anything about that. You say things that you regret afterwards. If this is you, keep watching this video. This is the video for you. Hi, gorgeous. My name is Maglic, I'm an energy healer, and I help women release anger and step into peace and pleasure. Today, I want to share with you the 3 simple steps you can do to shift from anger to peace and pleasure. This is the method I developed where after working with so many clients, after so many years of working, and I tried everything. I used to be a very angry person. I would really have those rage explosions, say things that I regretted. Yeah, and the more I worked on my anger, the angrier I became. I never understood why until I really had to explore the reasons why I feel angry. And that meant I had to go back to my childhood and heal parts of me that I didn't want to do, especially my childhood trauma. For many of you who don't know my story, I grew up in a war, crazy situations going on there. As a child, I had so much powerless anger that I didn't even know about. I was not even aware. I thought my partner is triggering me, my parents are triggering me, my friends are triggering me, like, yeah, something wrong is here with them. But I never understood that my anger was actually rooted in my childhood, especially this powerless anger that I had because I was not able to change anything in that situation. When we had a war as a child, there's little what you can do in that situation, and there's so much anger. Like, I couldn't protect my parents, I couldn't protect people around me, I couldn't protect people I loved so much. I lost so many people that I loved a lot, and that was really hard. And for child, children always experience everything more intense than adults, and that's also the reason why I felt that anger as well. Today I want to share with you the 3 steps that really helped me overcome my anger issues. As I said, I tried everything and nothing really worked. And all these books, self-help books, all videos I found on the internet didn't really help me. And the only thing that really changed my life are 3 easy steps that I call pain trigger release. And I will explain every single step today. When we feel anger, anger is basically secondary emotion. We feel anger because somebody hurt us. Somebody said something to us that, it hurts. The thing is, we feel anger because we are so sad. We feel grief, disappointment, disencouragement. We feel helpless, hopeless. And when you're stuck in a situation you don't like, you usually have that anger because you feel trapped in life you don't like. And then you need just one person really to say something, and all of a sudden you say things like you have those explosions. You don't even know what you're saying. You're just hurting people around you, saying things that you really don't mean. But I don't know how they come up, like how you come up with those things. The thing is, when people trigger us, they actually trigger old wounds. And when we have that pain, that we anger is what you experience right now. If you have that anger, probably you have a lot of pain with you. And this is the method how I find that, like, pain trigger release. What is the real pain you feel right now? What are emotions do you feel right now? If that is anger, I would really dig deeper and really understand what's going on there. What are the emotions like below the surface? Like, is it sadness? Is it hurt? Is it grief? What do you really feel? Like, do you feel not understood by your partner? Do you feel that life is unfair? You never get what you want. Your kids don't understand you. Your parents were never there for you. You were always alone in the childhood. What is going on there? What is the real pain you feel? And usually when people trigger us, they trigger old wounds. really, but sometimes you just need your partner to say something like very simple thing, and it triggers old unhealed wounds. And this is the second step I used to help people, help women overcome anger issues, is really trigger. What did this person say or do that triggered you? So it's usually my partner said something, my kid said something, my friend did something I didn't like it. And I always ask people, is there a person in your childhood that did the same thing that the person that hurt you right now did? And people usually say yes. It's usually a parent, grandparent, or teacher, or people in the school. There's a lot of things going on. As a children, we can really be hurt on so many levels. As a children, we are so vulnerable, and our teachers can hurt us. Our kids in the school can hurt us. Siblings, if parents were never present in our life, or they were mean to us. This is what really can cause that pain and that like unhealed wounds that is below that pain. And when somebody said something to you, they trigger those old wounds. And this is the second step. Really be aware of your triggers. If you don't tackle the trigger, anger is going to stay there. And this is why when you start working on your anger issues, people start feeling angrier instead of like better, instead of having peace. The reason for that is all these emotions that you didn't want to deal with for so many years, they're coming up. And all of a sudden they're here and you don't know what to do. You really need to have a proven process to let those emotions go, to heal those wounds inside of you, that you can let those that pain, that you can really release that pain that you feel right now. You really need the process. And if you don't tackle the issues, don't tackle the triggers, pain is going to stay. And what's going to happen actually, that anger that you have as a child and maybe as a teenager, that anger is going to run your life for you in the background. Maybe you're not going to be aware of that, but it's actually that is what's happening. Anger is running your life for you. You're constantly in fight and flight mode. You can never trust the people. You're always like take a distance from people because you never know when they are going to hurt you, because of your old pain, old wounds that are not healed. And yeah, this is why it's so important to find your triggers. What is really hurting you? What was that pain from your past? Usually when people come to me and ask me to help them with the anger, there's so much unresolved childhood trauma. For example, parents were very abusive, or parents never had a time for kids, and they were very cold. They didn't know how to raise kids. They didn't support kids. Also, teachers play a significant role in the childhood because we see teachers as authorities in our life, and when they hurt us, it really hurts a lot, especially if they hurt you in the class full of kids, and then kids become mean to you. That is also very common that is happening there. The teacher says something, that kids in the school are so mean, and they hurt you so much. I had a friend of mine who was bullied in the school. Horrible situation. Every single day was like a living hell for her. She hated that person because, of course, she was bullied. And when she grew up, she left the primary school and went to like gymnasium. She had the bad luck to be in the same class with that bully. Yeah, her life was really a living hell. I remember when I met you, when I met her, she was like, can you remember that person from our primary school? And I remember that person vividly. She was really, really mean to everybody. And I know that all of a sudden you see that pain from my, like when I was listening to my friend, all her pain was coming up. She basically bursted in tears. And she's like, oh my God, this girl ruined my life. And especially those bullies in the schools, they're really like extremely damaging to us. Like they leave such emotional scars to us. And even though we are now adults, we still have this pain. We still have like sadness and grief and disappointment and hurt, and we carry that with us. And in background, it really runs your life for you. You know, I remember we were on the street and that bully passed by. She was basically frozen. She was paralyzed by her fear because she was constantly bullied for 8 years. It was really hard for her. So if there's also other situations, like for example, when father was so abusive to kids and mom, oh my god, those wounds stay so stuck with you. Like even though you're now adult, maybe you feel like that you cannot trust the men are so abusive, men just are going to take advantage over you, and all kind of things. And you still constantly have that fear, and you constantly have fear. You can never trust the man, you can never trust anybody, because the person you love the most hurt you in the childhood. Or if mom was really aggressive, mom was like alcoholic, and she had also mental health issues, she was so overwhelmed with the whole situation. Of course, kids know that, and for kids that's really hard to live with that kind of person, because they never know what to expect. And very often kids are neglected, and they're really also, there's a lot of physical abuse as well. But addiction always comes like physical abuse very often. And it's really hard for those people really to overcome that anger, because people who hurt them is really people who they love the most. And that's why it's so important, when you work on your anger issues, you have to understand where that anger comes from. Is it from your childhood? Is it from the painful memories with your mom and your dad? Like what's going on there? You really have to understand those pain points and really start working on that. The third step that I work with my clients is release. Pain trigger release. I use energy healing to help my clients release the anger, because I tried so many methods. The energy healing works the best, I think, for me, for my clients. Because energy healing works on the level that thoughts and emotions are created in a subconscious level, and help you release those emotions easily. Very often clients don't have to remember every single detail from their childhood, because it's very often it's enough that you have those emotions, that you know that you can identify those emotions. When you identify those emotions, you can really release them. And energy healing is such a powerful tool. It's work on subconscious level. And sometimes if you have anger issues, this is how I do with my clients. I really work on those other ones, like for example fear, shame, guilt, blame, hate, all these, like sadness, grief. This is how I start working with that. And when we come to anger, anger dissolves by itself, because we heal the pain, root of the pain. And this is why it's so important. I use energy healing for that. I love energy healing. I saw so many life transformations. I saw clients who had really tough childhood. It's abusive father who tried to kill everybody, with father or mother who was alcoholic. There's a lot of pain. If these people can release that anger, pain, trust me, you can also do that. If millions of people can overcome pain, you can do it too. There is a hope for you. You just really need simple method. This is the method I use: pain, trigger, release. Pain. How do you feel right now? The third step: what is the real pain behind the pain? What is the emotional wound attached to that? And the third step is to release that. And very often people don't want to release anger because they want to punish another person for everything what he or she did to them. And I always say it to my clients: when you hold onto so much anger, you're hurting yourself. You're really just hurting yourself, because anger can cause so many health issues. For example, stroke, heart diseases, depression, anxiety. all kind of like health issues. And the reason why I always encourage my clients to release that anger is basically, and also the most important thing is also forgive themselves and forgive the person. Is forgiveness doesn't have to do anything with another person. Is basic forgiveness is setting yourself free. I know it's hard. I remember when I started working with my anger issues, I couldn't do it myself immediately. I had to redo the process a couple of times. I would take my notes and I would smash them on the floor. It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to forgive this person. But in the end, I made a clear decision. I want to set myself free. I don't want to ever have any emotional attachment to the person who hurt me. And this is the reason why I called my program Liberated Women Program, because what's happening when you release all those emotions, you become liberated from all that pain, all those sufferings, hurt. That's why I call my program Liberated Women, because this is how you become. All of a sudden, just to be clear, you're not going to lose your memories. What you're going to lose is attachment, emotional attachment to that event that happened to you that caused you to have a pain and that anger. What does it look like? Like, you will be able to go back to your memories, but that pain is not going to be there. And that's for me liberation. That's for me liberation, that I can know this person cannot hurt me anymore. And yeah, as I said, it's really powerful process. I remember one of my clients, she had such a really difficult childhood and very abusive father. When we started working together, she wanted just to have that anger gone, nothing else. She always said to me, like, after like she was really able to release that anger and release that pain and start living life however she wanted, she said to me, I wish I met you 10 years ago. I wish I met you 10 years ago. My life would be so much easier. And that's the truth. You know, even though you have those anger explosions, if you have that now, use the method. You can always reach out for help. I'm here. Sometimes when you start working on yourself and all those emotions are coming up, very often it's very hard to control themselves. And that's why I'm offering you my help, because I was in your shoes. I know exactly how it feels. I know exactly how it feels to be overwhelmed by the rage, by anger issues. And I was able to really heal those wounds. And I teach people every single day how they can do it, how they can release their pain and suffering. And the most important thing, I teach people how to use very simple yet effective method to do that. I always tell my clients, I'm not with you 24/7, but I want you to be able, whenever something comes up, that you know what steps to take to help yourself. I want you to be independent and powerful, because you are, my friend, much bigger than you think. You are much capable than you think. And this is what I teach my clients, because I want them to be powerful, capable women, that they can help themselves anytime, anywhere. I know how it sucks to depend on somebody to help you. You know, I tried so many things, and the thing is, when you always depend on somebody, you know, people will help you when they have a time for you, when you come on their to-dos list. I don't want that ever happen to any of my students. I want my students to be capable, powerful, that they know how to help themselves, how to release that anger, and the most important thing, how they can teach their kids to really heal and release anger. That's for me powerful. That's for me really, really powerful. How to teach their kids, because we are not just helping ourselves, we are also raising future generations. We have responsibility for those little lives that we have in our life, that those little kids. And the way how we raise them is the way how they are going to raise their kids. We have such a huge responsibility for the society we live. That's why I'm teaching you. That's why I'm telling you this, because I want you to be powerful, to be capable. And if you're ready to heal those anger issues, if you want to be a good mom for your kids, a great example, and you had enough having those anger issues, smashing things on the floor, yelling, crying, like bursting in tears just like that, being triggered by every single thing. If you're done with that, I offer you free coaching call. It's a Liberated Woman free coaching call. Let's talk about your anger issues. Let's talk about how you can release those anger issues, how you can set yourself free, because you are my gorgeous friend, powerful being, and you really can set yourself free from that anger issues. You just need to help heal parts of you. And if you're ready to heal those parts of you so that you can start enjoying time with your kids, having beautiful moments with them, creating beautiful memories with your kids, enjoying time with your friends, with your partner, smiling again, having beautiful dinner together, especially now when Christmas is coming, all holidays are coming, so many things are going to come up. Don't wait until you say something that is going to hurt somebody. Do it now. Now is the best time to really work on those issues so you can go into New Year happier, confident, and more vibrant. I'm offering you because I want you to succeed. I want you to be a great mom to your kids. I want you to be the best version of yourself because you deserve that. You deserve that and much more. So if you're ready to heal those wounds, if you're ready to say goodbye to your anger issues and start living in peace and pleasure, then schedule a free call. I will put the link below this video. I'm sending you lots of love. Cannot wait to see you and looking forward